Hello, how's everyone going? My name's Mary Fortune. I'm a sweet little ferret made of cake and cotton wool, and I hope everyone is having a I've already forgotten what day it is. Oh my god, this is so terrible. Oh, a super stoked Sunday, or if you're in the time zone behind me, a super stoked Sunday. Oh my god, the brain bubble. We're already off to a fantastic start, and I'm really not happy with how I'm centered in this screen. Why do I look like that? Fuck. Let me just fix that. I didn't check. I just assumed it looks good. It doesn't. Spoiler alert. That's better, I guess. Okay. Alrighty, I feel better. So I'd just like to catch up on chat first. Hi Andre, how's it going? I literally just got the only free water I have in the hotel room, and it's not much. I'm not going to lie because I discovered it leaked in my handbag, so I'm very upset. What else? Oh, hi Coach, how's it going? I'm here for a Mary stream and I'm early. Last time this happened, Mary received too much power. So true, I really did. But it's fine. I didn't kill anyone over the weekend, so we'll be fine. Oh my god, Pretzel, hello! Thank you for the raid. I really appreciate it. Hello everyone. I'm still doing the greetings, so I guess we'll just start from the start again. Surprise! Yeah, big surprise. So hello, I'm Mary. I'm a sweet little ferret made of cake and cotton wool, and I hope you're all having a super stoked Sunday, or if you're in a time zone behind me, a super stoked Saturday. There, I actually did it better this time. Thank you. I wouldn't have gotten that opportunity otherwise, Pretzel. So I appreciate it. Hello. I'm still really not happy with how my ginormous head is in the way. This sucks. Okay, can I just move chat maybe? I think this is the first time I've ever used my new just chatting screen. So that's why there's all these kinks in it. There we go, that looks better-ish. Maybe I need to redo it. We'll find out in a sec. So I've had a really big weekend, as I'm sure you guys can imagine. I streamed on Thursday night, and that was after a big airplane ride as well. Like, I took 2 airplanes. I'll reveal that much. And, what else did I do? I got to the hotel in a taxi, so, and that was just Thursday. And then on Friday, holy moly, Friday, I woke up and I found a shiny in Pokemon Sleep, so already we're off to a fantastic start. And then I went to the zoo, and the zoo was really good. I went to a lot of keeper talks at the zoo. I went to the koala's keeper talk first. I didn't mean to, I just kind of rocked up and she was there, and I was like, oh, this is good timing, because the entire day I was like, I really want to see the snow leopard talk, because I don't know if you guys know this, but snow leopards are my favorite animal. Like, it's not ferrets. I'm sorry, I'm a fraud. You guys are probably like, oh my god, she's ripping us off. How dare she? But the truth is, I did put snow leopard on the group on Tumblr, on the focus group that I did. But Tumblr decided, no, Mary, you're a ferret. That is your true animal inside of you. You're a ferret. So I'm like, okay, I'm a ferret. Which makes sense, because I know, how could I? It's really rude of me. But for the benefit of anyone new here, a reason I'm associated with ferrets is because of Ghost. And because of Ghost, and the reason Ghost is even a ferret in the first place is, you might imagine from his name, which is a synonym of the word spectre. Spectre is also a ferret. But the only reason he's a ferret is because of Jennifer's Body. You know, the horror movie from 2001 starring Megan Fox, and I can't remember the other girl's name, but she's iconic. I love her. Amanda Seyfried, that's her name. And the only reason Spectre as a ferret is mentioned in Jennifer's Body is there is literally one scene where Needy mentions she has a pet ferret named Spectre, and for some reason that became a meme in New Year Brains fandom. And obviously, if I've got the finger on the pulse there. So, quick detour there, just for the benefit of anyone new here, which is actually a really good segue to the fact that I didn't do my cottage keeping. I'm sorry. So we've got the hydrate from Andre, but we have some follows I'd like to acknowledge real quick. Hello, Biggie Hugs, thank you for the follow, it's very sweet of you. Hello, Desk Agent, we've been chatting on Twitter, thank you for the follow, I really appreciate it, it's very sweet of you. And finally, Cyclone_Valley, thank you for the follow, it's very sweet of you, I really appreciate it. And finally, even though this was 2 days ago, I'd really like to shout out to, I didn't even shout her out, shout them out, oh my god. Oops. Shout out, I need to shout out, I really need to change that, oh my god. Yeah, I think that's how you spell their name. Yeah, there we go. Alba was really generous on Friday night, which, getting back to Friday night, very generous in gifting a bunch of subs, which is really, really kind of them. So if you received one of those subs, you should really thank them. And yeah, so that brings us back to Friday. What else did I do on Friday? So I went to the zoo, I went to the mall, I went on public transport, which is really brave of me, considering, as you will find out later in this story, public transport kind of hates me. So, and then, of course, on Friday, if you were not here, then you would not have known how fucking manic I was when the rumor mill began. Like, obviously, I am mostly limited to my phone at the moment because my streaming laptop, it literally only has Twitter, and then on this Twitter, I rarely look at the dashboard, I'm sorry. Oh my god, you can tell I'm a Tumblr native because I just called the feed a dashboard. So yeah. Now, where's I going with this? I am my dumbest ferret alive. I have cotton wool between my ears, no brain cells. Where was I going with this tangent again? Oh, you would be forgiven for thinking I'm, like, very dumb right now. Spectre, of course, it's just I want to get to the Dreamhack stuff since I feel like, that's the title of the stream, but we need to, like, build up, wait for the moments to strike the Dreamhack stuff. And, because even though the 3-day thing, this is my first time in Melbourne, so I wanted to do, like, tourist stuff as well as nerd shit, so here we go. So Friday night, the rumor mill is going off, and I am manic, I am manifesting, I cannot believe it. Let's duel. It's like, that's the most generic fucking hint that we could ever get for a Yu-Gi-Oh character. Yeah, Yu-Gi-Oh characters, they duel. They do that. But do you know what they don't do? They don't use Keigo, while some of them do. For example, a guy who might say, Yoroshiku onegaishimasu before this duel, and I just had a really good idea for a feature update to my model. I need to be able to do the hand thing, because Yoroshiku onegaishimasu, that's and then Spectre does the hand thing, but that would require me to draw new hands, and, a reminder, I'm really not good at drawing hands. So that was Friday, but now, finally, we get to Saturday. Oh boy, Saturday. I went to bed, like, squealing like a little girl, like the fangirl I am, so, as you can imagine, I did not get much sleep. And even though I was like, oh, it's fine, the doors open at 9, and I'm really close to the venue, so it's fine. Spoiler alert, I'm not. I mean, I kind of am, but I'm not. And so, I have breakfast. I have the breakfast of champions, and normally when I say that, I'm like being sarcastic, but I genuinely mean it. I really enjoyed the breakfast I had yesterday morning. I had granola and cornflakes of honey and yogurt and cashews. I fucking love cashews, man. Cashews are the best nut. You can quote me on that. And what else? I also had some proteins and other types of carbs. It was really nice, and I'm glad I had that because I did not realize how much walking I would actually have to do to the venue. This is where the woes of I could give Roanoa Zoro a good run for his money when it comes to reading maps and taking directions. It was bad. It was really bad. Because I was like, oh, it's only a 10-minute walk. I could have swore it was shorter than that when I was looking at accommodation online, but it's like, oh, maybe I misremembered. I was looking at a different hotel. And I was like, this is fine. It's only a 10-15-minute walk. It's not too bad at all. Oh my god. I've never had an enemy you guys who are American are about to get a real kick out of this. I'm never going to forgive the Batman Bridge. That is literally what it's called. It's called the Batman Bridge. Maybe it's it's a bridge on Batman Street, so it's just a Batman Street bridge to me, but that place is weird. I do not like it. Already, it's a fucking hike to get up. And I'm very flat-footed, so it's like, are we there yet? Are we there yet? Are we there yet? I was like dying the entire time, and that was just to get up. When I'm finally up there, it's not even like peaceful. I was like, oh, this is like a really beautiful view, and I think this is like anti-homelessness / vagrancy, what's the, like hostile architecture, because the bridge has speakers embedded into them, and I was like, okay, I'm just being taunted by the spirits of the undead right now, because that's the kind of music they're playing. And I feel bad saying about that because I'm fairly certain it was being sung in the local indigenous language. And I'm like, I just want to be with my thoughts, you know? Like, sometimes it's good to, like, unplug and, like, not actually listen to music as I'm walking somewhere. I personally haven't been able to do, like, physically been able to do that in literal months, and I think it's good to be alone with your thoughts sometimes. And lets you, like, work out all the internet arguments that you've got just build up inside of you. That's probably a very touch grass moment, but whatever. So I'm like walking along, and I'm walking along, and I'm walking along, and this is literally the longest bridge in the world. And I'm looking at my map, I'm like, am I meant to be even up here? Because eventually there was like a fork in the path, and I was like, am I meant to go down? But I'm like, no, the path keeps going. Like, I'm looking at Google Maps, and I'm like, no, I'm fairly certain I'm meant to keep walking. So I do. And I'm like panting, basically, by the time I finally get off this bridge. It felt like an eternity. I did not, and I'm like, okay, well, at least I'm off the bridge, so that must mean I'm close, right? And I'm like, oh yeah, I'm very close. It's like, oh, you know, that wasn't too bad. I'll just keep trusting my map, and I do, so I keep walking. I keep walking, and I keep walking. And I'm like, this 15-minute walk we're getting to the half an hour point. It's getting weird. And I'm like, oh, so I walk a bit further, and I finally see, like, and I'm like in a weird part of the city. I'm like, there's a highway, and there are like joggers. I'm like, I don't really know where I am. I keep seeing big shiny buildings for sport and stuff, and it's like, I feel very awkward and out of place here as a nerd, as a VTuber. And I'm like, this is fine. Because eventually Google Maps tells me, yippee, you're here, and I'm like, oh, fantastic. Where's the door? And I look around, I'm like, it doesn't seem to be the door. This is like a parking place. I'm like, okay, this is weird. Maybe the main entrance just a little further along. So I keep walking. This is a big theme of this stream. I keep walking. This is the most steps I've probably ever gotten in my life. By the cumulative end of it. And I still have holiday parts tomorrow, so I'm like, oh my god, how am I going to go with that? So eventually I keep walking, and I'm like, I have yet to see a single main entrance. And I'm like, I remember seeing on the Dreamhack social media there should be like a massive plaza, and eventually I just flagged down a jogger, and I'm like, can you please just make sure I'm going in the right direction? I very kindly just say, hello, lost tourist here. Leave arena, it's just further around the corner here. And you're like, yeah, just keep going, you can't miss it. He was very nice, that jogger. I really appreciate you, man. Shout out to him. I have no idea what his name is. He was a ringer. I didn't know. So I keep walking, and eventually I finally see a sign saying Dreamhack, and I'm like, oh my god, this is the prophesized place. This is what I've been looking forward to the whole entire month of April. And I'm like, oh my goodness, I'm seeing cosplayers now. There's like a Galgora here, and who else did I see? I saw a Nami and a Vivi. They were so cute, by the way. Vivi even had like a plushie of the duck, and it was like the actual duck. It was really cute. Who else did I see? I didn't know this at the time, but I saw a pair of Elden Ring cosplayers, and I think they were like the actual they had the creators tag like around their necks. I was like, oh, okay, they're like VIPs. It's really intimidating. But you know, I'm like, that's okay. I'll just keep going. I mean, it's well and truly 9 a.m. by now. It's basically 10 o'clock now. So I'm like, okay, it's time to go in. No, I guess I misread or something, or misremembered. I could have swore doors opened at 9, but the gent at the gate politely told me, oh no, it's not open till 11. I'm like, oh my god, I'm gonna have to conserve my phone battery. So I'm like, okay, I'll just sit by myself for a bit. And I do for a while, and you know, other people start sitting around me, and I'm like, oh, everyone's taking photos. I'm like, should I be taking photos? So in the end, I do. I took a photo of my eater bag. because, I dressed up for the occasion. I was like, okay, Y2K-ish Cardcaptor Sakura with my fancy Sydney pants. In case you guys didn't know, I have a set of pants from Sydney and they're very fancy. They cost me a lot of money. But here's the catch about them, and I think they're really cool and terrific. They're like 100% upcycled, they're bespoke, so they fit perfectly. They're unisex, and they're 110% unique. Like, there is no other set of pants like this in the world. I'm the only person who has these are really sick-ass, my friend described them as, like, quilted pants, basically. They're really cool. But I feel really awkward wearing them because it's like, oh my god, I don't normally wear clothes like this. And they can people and strangers around me can probably tell. They can probably sense, oh my god, Mary's wearing clothes that she doesn't normally wear. She's not hashtag owning them. So I was really worried that my outfit was not the slave that it was. But mutuals online were like, no, you look, it's good, you look good. And I'm like, okay, I believe you. I have not looked at a single photo that anyone's taken of me obvious today because I'm like, oh my god, I was a beacon of sin that day. So anyways, I'm like sitting by myself, but there's like a group either side of me, so I'm like doing a little bit of people watching. I feel like I'm a bit of an eavesdropper, I'm sorry, but I feel like in this instance it was okay because the Elden Ring cosplayers I just mentioned, they were wearing some very interesting clothing. Like I thought that when the guy was wearing a fundoshi at first, I guess technically he was. So yeah, and they're like talking to their friends, taking selfies, photos, and then their friends left for a while, so it was just these two Elden Ring cosplays. And they're like, oh, we should take some more selfies. And they're like, I want to take selfies of us both wearing the masks that we've made. And obviously these are like full face covered masks, but there is no vision whatsoever. And I'm like, are they gonna be alright? And it turns out the answer is no, because I was eavesdropping, I was like, oh, do you guys need like a hand? You guys look like you need a hand. And they're like, oh, you're so sweet, thank you. So I took some photos of them. I really hope they liked it. The lady Elden Ring cosplayer, she was really sweet and nice and funny. I saw her again later that day, but I was like, oh, she's busy. Otherwise I'd probably say hi and be like, I'm having a good time. Thank you for, hyping me up. Mentioned, oh, this is my first time I've ever gone to a con. And I'm like really nervous. I'm really worried that I won't have fun. And that no one will like me, basically. But yeah, I had a good time, and eventually the doors opened, and that was, oh boy, the doors. I have some secondhand embarrassment type comedy coming up. If that's not your thing, I would recommend meeting me for a bit, because oh boy, I accidentally made a real faux pas. I really stuck my foot in my mouth. I didn't mean to, but I was in line, and there was like a group of actual VIPs like just behind me, and I didn't even notice. And there was like some other VIPs on the other side, and they were like, oh, does anyone want to do an interview? It'll only be 2 seconds for our TikTok. And I was like, oh, and this is me being 110% absolute fuckwit dumb, because I lost my voice, remember? And I was like, oh, I'd love to do it, because 1, I'm an attention whore, 2, no one else was saying hello, and 3, for some reason, and I'm shit you not, I could like feel the presence of my Year 12 drama teacher, like her eyes just bearing into me, into my soul, and she's like, a good thespian like you, Mary. You always says yes. It's never no, it's always yes and. I'm like, okay, I'll stick my hand up. And turns out when the girlie with the microphone was asking for people with for an interview, she did not just mean random. She meant like anyone with the creators VIP type lanyard around their neck, and I did not hear that, and I felt so embarrassed. I was like waving at her. I was like, yeah, I'll do an interview, if it's only 2 seconds. I'm like, this will be interesting, because this is my first convention. You could I'm sure you could get some content out of that. No, she only wanted the VIPs. I literally had my hands in front of my face. I was like, I'm so embarrassed, because people noticed, and like that girl, she was really weirded out by how fervently I was waving hello to her. I was like, I'm taking pity on you. Why aren't you taking pity on me? And it's because I'm a dumbass, that's why. So yeah, that killed me for like the majority of the. And these lines are absolutely massive. I was like dead right up until like 15 minutes later, when it was like there was 3 people so like in front of me to actually enter, get scanned and check your bags and everything. But yeah, that's aside from like the eavesdropping I did on this friend group who was standing behind me. That's about as interesting as it got. They sounded like they were having fun. I learned that Rennie is not the originator of the stinky meme. I think that's viral, and I just did not know. But shout out to Venny. Otherwise, I fully believe that was something she invented. So yeah, but I finally get in. I'm like, oh my god, there's so many people. They're all cooler than me. This place is massive. What do I do first? And I'm glad I did, but I instinctively navigated to the left, and immediately I see the hololive stuff and the artist alley, and I'm like, okay, this is pretty lit. I'm gonna take some photos, I'm gonna enjoy some of the music that's playing right now. So I just bob around for a tiny bit, and then it was an absolute surge of people just going everywhere, and I'm like, I guess I'll just get swept up in it, and I did, and I ended up in Artist Alley, and I was like, ooh, this is great. I've been stalking the Instagrams of every exhibitor, I swear to God. Because I was like, I want to know what I want to buy, and so I was like, I'll do a first sweep, and I'll get business cards that absolutely make sure I don't spend too much money. I'd love to just spend all of my money, but I can't do that, unfortunately. So, I'm going along and I'm getting business cards and yeah, this is great. I'm seeing all sorts of stuff that I'd love to buy. But I'm as I'm going along, I'm like, okay, well, this person's also selling this, and that person's just rooting out for double ups. So by the time I'm finally ready to buy stuff, I'm like, okay, I have a plan. So I ended up and I would have loved to have made this a hand cam stream, but I'm like, that's too much effort. I'm ready for bed already. But let's see. I bought a Mew Ichigo keyring. I want to add it to my Maho Shoujo eater bag insert. I'm gonna need. I think it'd be really cute if I could get some beads. If I could thread them onto a safety pin and then attach it to that. I think that'll be really cute. And what else? I bought a Sailor Moon mouse pad. Oh my god, there was this one shop I spent so much money at. I just could not help myself. She had a buy 3 get one for free. So I was like, okay, I'll buy a small live, and I'll buy a Kero, I'll buy another small live, I'll buy a butter. So I bought 2 keychains and 2 magnets, I think, from her. That was Shiku Designs, by the way. Shout out to Shiku. Very friendly, very understanding, because, oh my goodness, my lost voice, I feel like I'm being punished for looking forward to things. It's Mary, maybe this is God's way of saying, Mary, you need to relish the mundane more. So I'm like, okay, I guess I'm not allowed nice things. Yeah, hey Pretzel, hit me with the Spectre love anytime, I appreciate it. What else? So what else did I buy? Oh, that reminds me, my favorite store that I went to belongs to a fellow-based Metabang paid user. TV Hype. I bought a massive Hakos Bells print from them. But do you know what else I bought? They were, as far as I could tell, they were the only artists in the alley doing this, and I really appreciate that they were. But they were doing flash commissions, so I got 2 flash commissions from them. Best $23 exactly that I've ever spent. And you'll never guess who I commissioned. That's right, I got my boy, I got the husband. So I've now got 2 bespoke, one-of-a-kind, drawings of Spectre. So I've got this really cute post-it note version of him, and then an actual proper portrait. So shout out to TV Hype. I really appreciate you taking my commission. It was very kind of you, very sweet of you. I'm literally going to cherish it forever. I cannot wait to put it on my shrine. Very cute, very cute. I'm sorry that I think I've already smudged it, but I was looking at the photo I took of it, I'm like, no, I can see a little bit of smudge, so I think it's came like that, which is fine because a character shows that it's travelled far. So what else? There's also this one store which had $2 pins, and I literally had a $2 coin. So I was I feel bad just browsing. So because you have a $2 pin, I'll just get a real words hearts from you. I'm not really super into Twist anymore, but for that one weekend I had the phase, I absolutely adored riddles. So I was like, yeah, I'll take a riddle pin. Maybe I can make a sorted eater bag of all the pins that are they don't really match anything else. I was really hoping to buy more pins actually, but I'm like so behind on pop culture, I guess. Like, everyone's selling Genshin Impact or JJK or Honkai Star Rail or stuff like that. It's like I don't really do much with those. And I'm glad that they're popular. I hope that people who really enjoy that stuff are able to find it. But that doesn't love me. The only Yu-Gi-Oh merch I saw was a Pot of Greed keychain. I was like, not you. I can tell you don't play Yu-Gi-Oh, because otherwise surely you'd have a little bit more than the one name. And what does Pot of Greed do? Someone tell me. I don't know what it does, and I'm gonna lose a duel if I don't know. So that was a little disappointing. I was hoping that there'd be like a Seto Kaiba somewhere. Not that I'm not even sure I would have bought it, but I would have liked to have seen it. I'm gonna be real though, I need to be indisposed for a moment. So I'll be back in a minute. I need to use the restroom. I'll be right back. I'm back. Hello. So I was just talking about Artist Alley. What else? I actually spent most of the day at Artist Alley because I was like, I don't really know what else to do. Because I'm not very good at finding my own fun, I guess. Like, I was watching everyone and I had a good time doing that because I am a people watcher. And I feel like the people who came with like a group or some friends are definitely having the most fun. I was like, how do I reach out to anyone? Do I just say like, oh, I love your cosplay. Who is it? Or, hey, you're also at this table I'm sitting at. Do you want to, like, chat whilst we go to eat or something? I'm like, I'm too shy and awkward for that, so I was like, I'll just watch. And I did for a while, and I was like, I'll walk around for a bit and just have a bit of explore, so I figured out where, like, other stuff was, like all the speed running, and, like, the Kick Talk and the Q&A, and I was like, okay, none of this really seems to appeal to me, because I think it was the Cold Ones Q&A I walked in on. I was like, I'm not really interested in alcohol, because, I don't drink it. And most bars I go to don't even have, like, a good mocktail menu. It's like, oh, you don't drink alcohol? Here, have all the kiddie soft drinks. And it's like, okay. I guess I'll have a Coke Zero, or a Fanta, or a lemonade. And it's like, you don't have, like, a Virgin literally anything? No, you don't even have, like, a Shirley Temple? No. God, I fucking love Shirley Temples. They're so delicious. Absolutely my favorite mocktail. So what else? Yeah, I kind of just hovered for most of, like, for a solid hour or two until I was like, oh, the hololive meetup will happen at 1 o'clock. So I, like, grabbed lunch and I was like, oh. I'll be honest, I did not understand how to order lunch from the place they ended up at. I didn't realize that you could just take it and then, like, pay for it. I thought you had... most places it's like, you pay for it and then you take it. And I was like, I'm doing it backwards. Is this, like, normal in the city? Am I just having a country bumpkin moment and don't even know it? But here's the thing. I was warned by, like, the Elden Ring cosplayer that the food at the convention was really expensive. But honestly, I didn't think it was. Like, I guess maybe I'm, like, expecting to spend, like, $20 on, like, some stuff. And it's like, okay. This is really, and the best part was it was really good. Like, the chicken was pretty succulent, and I got I got like southern fried chicken with chips, and that's where I realized something. My voice came back. I was like, oh my god, salty food, it's the answer. I need to eat lots of salty food if I want to talk. So I enjoyed that. I made sure that I let the cashier today. I let the cashier guy know. Oh, I ordered some of your food yesterday. I really liked it, and he was like, oh. Took him a minute to figure out what I was trying to say, but he got there in the end. So, because I think it's really important to thank the people who are doing like the really menial tasks of feeding everyone at the convention or cleaning up after us. It's really important. Like, I made sure I wasn't making a mess personally, and I really hope everyone else was doing the same. We'll get to this in a minute, but when I saw the confetti at the hololive thing, I was like, oh my god, someone has to clean this up. I hope it's not too much work for them, that'd really suck. But we'll get to that soon, because obviously that was the crown jewel in the day. But here's the thing, I really wanted to go to the hololive meeting, but I'm kind of dumb, and I didn't download the Dreamhack app, because I was like, no app on my phone. Please, no, I don't want to do that. So I didn't realize that the community meetup was, in like a specific place, so I just went back to where all the standees and stuff were, so I was like standing around and I was like, is this it? This has to be it, right? And like, I'm so awkward and no one's talking. So I keep standing there and I'm like, oh, you know, I'll get some photos at the very least. So, very kind member of staff took some photos of me. Shout out to that guy, not just for taking photos of me, but pretty much everyone else who was there solo. And he was so hype. He was like dancing and he had his pen light and he was colored red, by the way. And he was like dancing and he was just hyping it up. It was like, oh my god, you have the best job. You just have to be a silly goose the whole time. And presumably tell people not to touch the standees. At the time, I was kind of, because you know, I think it was at the 3D Live in Japan, they had that massive wall where you could like cover it with like post-it notes and say, oh, good luck, I really love you, Smooth, say Hoshimachi. Okay, Callie, my Hoshi, you know, do all that sort of stuff, dissolve my soul. But they didn't have that, but I was like, oh, that's a little disappointing. I was looking forward to graffitiing something. Next minute, because the hololive meeting at the actual meeting place was over, the guy came back to the hololive standees and he had this massive sign. And it was like, oh my god. Wow, so many people have signed it and he's still handing out the pen. So I get a bit closer and I'm like, oh yeah, shy, I don't know what I'll write. I'd love to write my name on it or something. And I did write my name on it because I'm vain like that. But I also wrote a good message. It was just Gambate with an exclamation mark, and a smiley face. But I did my best when I was put on the spot. I was like, I don't know what to write, and I wanted to for it to go out to all the girls. I didn't want to single anyone out because there's plenty of Jadon souls on this massive board. So yeah, that was like 2 o'clock-ish. And, I did some more loops at the artist alley, and I honest to God, drank a Pepsi over the course of an hour. And if there's one thing about me, is that I tend to inhale my food, which might be why I get upset. I don't get upset tempers, but I get there are side effects to that style of eating. And I noticed that Pepsi for what was literally an hour. I was very impressed with myself. I was like, wow, I'm actually practicing good food hygiene right now. So, yeah. And then, 3 o'clock, I was getting a bit bored, to be honest. I was like, I don't know what else to do right now. I missed a hololive meeting, and I'm telling you about that. So I was like, oh. So I didn't have a circle, and I finally got a map from one of the staff. I was like, okay. But I don't have the map with me right now, but I could swear that they didn't have a community meetup thing on it. It would have been really good if the schedule was on the map. I have some feedback I'd like to give Dreamhack to make it even better next year. So I need to figure out how to do that. One thing I would really like is for the community meetups to be on the map. That would be really helpful. Because not everyone wants to download a freaking app. Some of us live in the Stone Age, Toyland does not have advanced cyber communications. This is as advanced as it gets. So, yeah. I'm losing my voice. So, and we haven't even made it to the concert. So maybe I should, like, start skipping or something. No, I mean, yeah, well, because I was getting bored and lonely a little bit, I was like, there's a cozy corner to Elden Ring that cosplayer mentioned. I'll go find it. And so I'm like, there's another circle. I was like, I can't find it. And then I was like, oh, the Rainbow Road. I completely missed that earlier. And it's one of the famous icons of Dreamhack, I noticed. So I was like, I need to go walk on the Rainbow Road. And I'm doing that. And it's really funny. Every time we touch was playing, I was like, hell's yeah, this was meant to be. So I'm walking along, bopping to the iconic Cascada song, because every time I touch, I can't sing. I can't sing it right now because of my voice, but I'm like having a good time. I'm like, okay. And I make it to the other side, and I'm like, wow, there are all these cool people hanging out there, all like cosplay and stuff. I don't recognize half of them except for the oh my god, that was Diego. Holy shit, fuck. That's a dinosaur tail. I'm really impressed with that cosplay. That was so fucking good. I hope they won. He even had, like, the makeup for the scales. That was really good. So I'm, like, walking around, and I get to the other building, and I'm like, oh, I'm literally an hour late. But I finally, probably been an hour now. I found where the hololive meetup was. So I later realized today, I'm not quite. It has a sign, but it's down further. So, I get to the cozy corner, and, you know, I browse the, selection of board games, and I'm like, I don't have any friends to play these with. But there was one which I really liked the sound of, but I've already forgotten what it was called. But I would have liked to play that, so I circled around again, and because it's really good timing, but the werewolf game was starting, and they needed players. Like, they only had 3, and I was like, okay, I'll jump in, and I write my name on it, and the girl across from me, she's like, oh, you write your name so cute, and I'm like, oh, thank you. Sorry about my voice. This is going to be interesting because I realized in this game requires a little talking, but it was fine. So eventually they got some more players and we all like introduce ourselves and a game starts and I'm assigned villager and I'm like, yeah, I expected that. There was no way I was going to be any of the cool roles. I was going to be a villager the whole time. And I get to the first death and it was one of the previous players, so I guess so it was like obvious. She didn't necessarily seem like a threat, but they were like, okay, we need to get rid of this person. So I was like, okay, I'll figure out who was here earlier. But here's the thing, I actually nailed the guess. I accused the girl, like, sitting adjacent to me. I was like, you've been awfully quiet. You don't even have, like, this sort of voice excuse. So I think it's you. And then I died the next turn immediately. I was like, okay, I deserve that for being, like, a dickhead. But I was right. And the worst part is, because I died and she killed me, someone was like, no, it's a double blind. They're trying to... it can't be her. It's obviously someone else, because otherwise Mary wouldn't have died straight up. It's trying to make this person look guilty, and she was guilty, but I was filthy. I was like, okay. When I found out I was right, I was like, I'm filthy right now. But yeah, the game was really good and fun. I just wish I could have participated more. My sore voice, it's really inhibiting me. What else did I do? Oh, I forgot to mention that earlier in the day I did buy the pen light. I was like, I need to buy the pen light. And that was like the number one piece of merchandise I wanted. I was like, this is it. This is the the epitome of idleness. And I now have it, so now I'm a true idle fangirl. It's fantastic. And it was. I was like looking for the colors. It was really, really cute and fun. But I was like really worried. I was like, oh my god, how am I ever going to remember all the colors? Will I have enough time to switch between them? Because I'd really like to support all the girls when it's their turn to sing. So I was a bit worried about that. What if they do it too fast and I take too long? And everyone's like, haha, Mary's taking too long. I was like, no. It's not real. It's actually what I'm noticing that for this, like, Zatodon, I'm really noticing that I have a really mean self-talk. It's like, no, she's out of place. She's ugly. She's doing all this. She's doing that wrong. She's secondhand cringe. But that's so mean of me. I really need to work on that. I'm glad. I don't know if I would have realized that without just stream of conscious recalling the events of the past 48 hours. So I need to work on that. What else? I went back to the cozy corner, and I'm glad I did, because, eventually I sat down, I was like, I want to learn to play Magic the Gathering since you guys are doing that. And the guy was really nice. I really enjoyed meeting him. He was a really good teacher, too. I was like, I played some Yu-Gi-Oh! We'll see how I go, because Magic is very slow, and I'm and I'm not used to this. Like, the first round, I was like, I want to play all my monsters, how do I do that? And he's like, you don't. I'm like, okay, I want to play all my spells, and I'm like, how do I do that? And he's like, you don't. Like, I tried, and he said, you can't do that, you don't have enough mana, and I'm like, what the fuck is mana? And like, what is tapping? What is vigilance? What is flying? I'm like learning all these new things and mechanics, and I'm like, and the worst part is the entire time I was not beating the Yu-Gi-Oh players can't read allegations. This was so embarrassing. I could not read it. It was like, oh, it's like 4 Dragon Balls because it has the number 4 next to a Dragon Ball. It's just like in Yu-Gi-Oh. It's 4 stars. That means I can summon it straight away. It's like, no, that's 4 mana. You only have two mana. And I'm like, okay. He was very nice, or he was like, it's fine. You're not used to having to actually account for things like costing stuff. And I'm like, I know. And what else? I was like, so yeah, summoning monsters or creatures as they're called, that was a little tough. I was like, okay, I need to wait. You're not gonna kill me, are you? Because I don't only have some back row, and none of these back rows do anything, they're just lands. He's like, no, that was fine because I'm gonna do the same thing. I'm gonna play my hand, and all I can play from my hand is just 1 card, and I'm like, back to you, and I'm like, what do you mean it's back to me? You haven't killed me yet! He was very nice, and we had a really good match, and you'll never guess who won. It was me, actually. I was like, wow, I won. Do you want to play again? I'd love to try it, because it was actually really fun. I was like, I thought I'd be confused the whole time, and I was, but it was like a good type of confusion, whereas with Yu-Gi-Oh! It's like I should have PTSD by now, but I don't. Yeah, I was about to say Yu-Gi-Oh! Is fun. That's true. It's a different kind of fun. It's the assembling a gun to shoot your opponent of the card games, whereas in Magic the Gathering, it's more like you're just gonna eventually poke into them. Learning new card games can be fun. I'm wanting to learn the Digimon card game. Oh, I only recently found out about it too. Need to be on the agenda one day, I think. I want to learn Pokemon again. Because I have all these Pokemon cards, but I never learned how to play. It was very much, this is my personal art gallery of Pokemon. And you win if you have the prettier card. That was how we played. So yeah, I played Magic the Gathering for 2 rounds, and that was really fun. I was like, wow, by the second one, I was like, wow. I'm remembering to untap and tap my cards. So I was like, we're doing great. Better than I expected. The boys, the guys at my local card store, they might be onto something. Magic is good, actually. Although, at the card store, it's more like Yu-Gi-Oh! Is okay sometimes. It has a stronger Magic base. I mean, there are definitely guys who are like really into Yu-Gi-Oh! There, but they're most of the people I remember, it's more like, wow, I'm more of a Magic player, and I'm going to use Magic terms the whole time. You're just going to have to deal with it. I'm like, okay, I'll deal with it. Mostly because you were carrying me right now in this tag duel. So you can do whatever you want, buddy. You're the better duelist. And what's it? Are you duelists in Magic? Or are you something else? Like wizards, summoners? I noticed that using a card was like, you cast a card. I'm like, okay, I'm gonna use my card. So yeah, I had a really good time at the cozy corner. It was nice, but I'll be honest, I thought it'd be quiet, but it was actually quite loud. So yeah, and then I leave the cozy corner, and I'm glad and I was like, I wanted to have like an early dinner, and I was like, this is fine. I'll go line up, and I'm like, there's this massive queue here all of a sudden. And I'm like, oh, this is for the hololive concert. Oh my god! And it just got longer and longer. Like people kept telling, no, keep going back, keep going back, keep going back. That happened at least 3 times. I was like, wow. I forget that I'm not in my little town anymore, where it's like, oh yeah, a concert in my town is like 2 people basically. So I was like, wow. I was like expecting 50 people just for the premium, but there's like hundreds of us. Wow. Maybe I didn't have to stress so much. I felt very bad retroactively. I was like, wow. But the stress was not as high as I thought it was. There was like hundreds of tickets up for grabs. I was like expecting 50. So yeah, I keep going back, and I'm like getting back and back and back. I was like, wow, we're in a completely different part of the arena, but the line, it's gonna be forever. I think the doors open at 6:15. It's only 5. I was like, oh, I guess I'll have dinner later because I want to get in early, because everyone else has. So I'm standing in the line, and I'm hearing people talk, and it's like, and they're talking about how they printed off their tickets, and I was like, should I have printed off my tickets? And I'm rereading the email. I was like, it says to print off your tickets, and I'm like, I'm internally stressing out now. I'm like, oh my god, they're gonna kick me out because I didn't read the email. Like, really not reading your allegations now. I have no brain cells. I have only common. So yeah, but staff was very nice. And it made me extra glad I did shell out for the premium tickets because that line moved a lot faster than the standard tickets. So I get in there eventually, and it's like, wow, that was actually a really quick line, even though it was massive. Shout out to staff, for real. And especially shout out to the girlie who took my ticket in particular, because there was this weird error coming up. She was like, did you get in already? And I'm like, no. And she's like, are you sure? And I was like, yeah, I'm certain. I've been in this line for like the past half an hour. She's like, oh, well, I can tell that you're not telling me. Well, you know, why would I get in earlier if I would leave and then get back in the line? It doesn't make any sense. So she's like, I can tell you've clearly done the right thing. It's just my machine being weird. So she let me go, and I'm like, thank you for saving my life. So I get in, and oh my god, I'm so dumb. I had the opportunity for front row seats, but I didn't take them. I was like, because at this point everyone was sitting down, and I was like, okay, so this is a sitting down concert. I was like, oh, that's weird. I would have thought it was a standing up concert, but this is fine. I guess I'll go sit in the middle, you know? I'll be able to see the stage, and, you know, it's not like everyone's going to be sitting down, so I'll be able to see the stage all right. I don't know. And I was like, I didn't want to sit to the side because, again, I thought it was a sitting, like in a cinema. So I was like, I don't want to be turning my head the whole time. I'd rather just be able to sit and, you know, peek through the shoulders. Yeah, that was dumb. I should have been more aggressive. I'll know for next time. I'll get in early, and if I can't get, you know, front row seats, I'll at least get the side row seats. But yeah, I'm kicking myself in hindsight. I should have been more aggressive and sat at the front. Oh, hello, Kentro Kaze. Thank you for the follow. I really appreciate it. It's very sweet of you. But I'm getting really excited now. It's like, wow. All the people are here. Hello, how's it going? I hope you're having a good time. I hope you're having a super stoked Sunday, or if you're in a time zone behind me, I hope you're having a super stoked Saturday. I don't normally sound like this. I do have a cold or a bug or something. Like the past week, it means I can't talk as loud as I can. But truth be told, that's fine because I'm in the hotel, so I'm like, I don't want to be too loud. But right now, I think my volume's fine. I'm probably quieter than a television. So this is fine. Hello, welcome, get comfy. You're at the exciting part. We're up to the hololive concert. That's done. My recounting of my schedule and itinerary and all the things I've done. So I'm sitting down and I'm like, oh, okay, this guy's a little taller than I thought he was. I mean, we have met just today. Hello. I thought your username sounded familiar. I was like, I think this is one of the people I met today. I'm not sure, so I'll just do my usual bog standard greeting. I feel bad now. Please take no offense. I was doing what I consider my due diligence as a streamer, getting into the habit of being polite, you know? So, and very stupidly, even though I had the opportunity, no, good, I'm glad. So even though I had the opportunity to find seats, I didn't take them, and I'm so dumb, I should have taken them. But I didn't want to be aggressive, and also I was still thought, it's something like, we're given a seat. I was like, maybe we have to sit where the seats are. So anyways, I'm sitting behind this guy, and he's like, fully bald. I'm like, wow, he's a chrome dome. He's like, impressively a chrome dome, in my opinion. Yeah, the hololive concert. I got the premium upgrade, so I'm like in what I thought was going to be the mosh pit, and it kind of was if you think about it. So I'm sitting behind this guy, and I'm like, okay, he's a little taller than I thought he was, and I'm like, a little short, but it's fine, it's a sitting down concert. Like, no, it wasn't. So yeah, and this was like 5:30. Doors were meant to open in half an hour, but they did it early. Okay, I'm really curious as to how that happened. Like, people were just that excited, I guess. Because I really underestimated how massive the concert was going to be, because I'll reveal this. I have worked at like music festivals before. I've done that twice, 3 times I believe, and I guess we have very small concerts. I guess so. I was like expecting 50 people in front of the stage. I can give you context at the front of the line. Really? Were you there? That's exciting. Because, so I'm just sitting down, and the guy next to me, I'm like, is it okay if I sit here? And he was like, whatever. Like, I'll be honest, I didn't enjoy his vibrations. He was like, I was in the second row. Wow! Because I was really dumb, and I sat and probably was like, towards the front of the middle section, if that makes any sense. Like it was, the arena was, and then to the other section, I should have sat there, but I didn't because I'm dumb. I'm the dumbest ferret alive. So, that's really cool. I'm happy for you. But I had a really good time. It was like, I sat down and I was like fiddling with my pen light, and this other guy came along, and I was like, oh my, and he had the Connect Your Wish dream stick, and I was like, oh my god. He's like, really serious. I'm gonna mess this up. Back to my negative self-talk. And I was like, oh my god, I can't mess this up. I have a serious fan sitting next to me now. He was really sweet. I didn't realize it at first, but he was actually really sweet. So now we exchange socials on Discord. So he was really nice. Shout out to Brandon if you're here. Brandon, probably not, but if you are, hello. Shout out to you, because you were really nice and friendly. I really appreciated that. But not at first. At first I thought he was really intimidating. I was like, okay, that's a serious fan here. I need to be impressive. I need to really up my hype now. I need to do it for all of us. So yeah, and Holo Peeps are very chill, for real. I can tell. Because he was like, he had everything. He had the Connect Your Wish Dreamlight, the pen light, and he had the Deadbeat shirt, and he had the Hackle Spells plushie. I was like, wow. He's really serious. I want to be like him. So yeah, and then people started calling in, and then like, eventually the DJ, oh my god, she was so cool. I feel bad I don't know her name, but she was like in a blonde wig, and a really cute outfit. And she was really cool. She really got us good with the, what's it called? The Wii Resort music? I was like, I don't know how it goes, but it was really funny. I really liked that. Hey Nightbot, please go away. Not now, buddy. What else? Her and the JoJo remixes. Holy shit! I got so hyped when she started playing them because I'm a massive JoJo fan. I love you, Johnny Joestar and Gyro Zeppeli. And shout out to the cosplayers as both. I don't think they weren't together, but I did see them, and I'm like, oh my god, my plushies. Yeah, when the Golden Wind played, yeah, it was tight, it was lit, it was so fucking good. And the Play Dice remix, oh my god. But the Play Dice remix, I was like, oh no. Everyone got so hype, and it's like, why are they playing it now? That's like Bay's most iconic song in my opinion. It's the song I was really hoping to hear them tonight. So I was like, why are they playing it? Does this mean Bay's not gonna sing it? Spoiler alert, she didn't. But that was really hype. I was singing along, even though I'm like, got no voice. I did my best. I was like, I'm gonna ruin my voice, but it's worth it. I need to cheer and sing. And I did. So yeah, obviously oh, you asked the DJ, right? That was Jada Bell. Oh, okay, shout out to Jada Bell. She's really cool, and she is a really cute dancer. And her remixes are very hype. Shout out to her. What else? When she ended her set and the crowd was basically just amusing themselves, that was so... Like, can you let me spell your feet? Oh my god, it took me a minute. I totally forgot about that meme. And the Don My Souls, and the Yago! Actually, no, Sana. The Sana was really emotional. I was like, wow, she's gone, but very much not forgotten. I'm a very iconic Australian. Shout out to Sana. Jason, if you're here, this is really important. You'd like this. Because I'm fairly certain you mentioned you really like Sana. Well, someone brought a Sana plushie and she appeared on the big screen and everyone started chanting Sana, Sana, Sana. It was really cool. And then there was like another moment where someone had like Yago face printed out on a stick, and he appeared on the big screen. Very hype, everyone was going, Yago, Yago, Yago. I was like, I know that man, I've killed him in killed multiple times. And, what was it? The camaraderie was really amazing. It was just, I've missed live music so much. Especially live music I like, because the music festivals that I work, it's like country music. And I don't like country music. Well, I don't like, that's a lie. There is country music I enjoy, but I don't enjoy those singers. It's like, you're boring me. Can we get Swim famous, please? A crumb of a famous person, please. But yeah, the camaraderie was amazing. What else? Anytime that the stuffed animal was on like screen, that was like really iconic. The Takamori makeout session. There was also one that I want to describe as like an orgy. Just a plush toy orgy. It was like, wow, so many people just squishing their toys together. It was very cute. Tosh, you should have seen the front. Tosh and his group were cacking Umos and cycloning. Yeah, I saw that. I think we're talking about the same person. I think Orange Glow Sticks or Orange Pet Lights. There was like a Kiara fan. There was a very impressive Kiara fan. Also, KW, I see a Yu-Gi-Oh reference in your emotes. Very, very chill, very comfy. We love to see a Jonoachi reference. Shout out to Jonoachi for real. Truly the best friend of all time. Brooklyn Rage all the way. What was I about to say? I'm just cycling through what I was saying. And yeah, eventually the concert starts, and it was just like, it's so iconic when, oh yeah, I love me some meme emotes. As you should. Like, it's always really bam, wow, in your face when the singers like start in darkness and then light up. It's like, wow. And then everyone gets to their feet, and that's when I realized I've made a mistake. I should have taken the front row seats when I had the chance. I was like, everyone's so much bigger and taller than me. What am I going to do? I still had a good time. Like, if I got on my tiptoes, I could see through the crowd just enough to see, like, the top of Bay's head. Yeah, the other thing I would have really loved to have changed about the stage is, could we get the girls just slightly higher for us Geordies in the mosh pit, basically? Because like, my mood was like absolutely skyrocket whenever I saw like Sencho's face through someone's shoulders. I was like, if only you were like a bit taller. Or the stage was a bit taller. But yeah, it was still really good. The stage, like, and I really enjoyed the music too. I'll be honest, I hadn't heard Toa sing before, but she really surprised me. I was like, wow, she's got a set of lungs on her. Because I was expecting her to sound a bit squeaky, to be honest. Like, she looks like she has a very high-pitched voice, so when she sang, I was like, wow, she's an alto. I think she's an alto. Again, I don't have like perfect pitch or anything, but Toa. Is her name not Toa? Tokoyami Toa. I could swear that's her name. I'll be so embarrassed right now if I misremembered. Like, the little devil girl. I thought she'd have a high voice, but she was... Well, you're just pulling my leg. How dare you? So yeah, I was very surprised by her voice, because I hadn't heard it before. I was like, wow. She's really... Like, obviously she was going to be good. She's in hololive. She's an idol. She was going to be good. She was the reason I came down. Yeah, I'm really happy for you. I saw some Toa fans in the crowd, and I was like, wow. I'm so glad everyone here everyone's represented right now. And I thought that was you're the person who's maybe, do you have like a Toa plushie? Because there was someone I saw hanging around occasionally, and I was like, wow, they have a Toa plushie, it's so cute. They're all so cute, all the Oshinuis. I want an Oshinui so bad. I still have the Oshinui How to Make Your Own guide. I need to actually sit down and make my own Oshinui one day. On myself, obviously, because I'm vain like that. I might run like her. But also, of course, of the actual Bay, I need one of Spectre. I need one of Spectre so bad. I need it more than I need to breathe, quite frankly. Sorry, we're on a plush toy tangent now, so I need to get back on track. The plushies are actually super expensive. I know they are. I'm a plush toy aficionado. I'm very aware of how expensive plush toys can be. That's why I want to make my own. and the ladies at Knitting Group are like, why do you want to make your own toys? They're so hard to make. And it's like, because I want to make my own toys. I want my own Oshinui. So yeah, I'm very jealous of people who have really cute plushies. The ones with the scribbly eyes are especially adorable. So yeah. What's it called when 3 people sing a song at the same time? It was very impressive. I really liked it. It set the tone to the concert. It was amazing. And then I was very hyped when Callie came next, I think. Oh my god, I've already forgotten. I think it was Callie and then Sencho. Well, did they do a duet? No, it was a duet. Because Callie and Sencho did a duet. Oh man, I feel bad. I already... Oh, you mean the trio from Blue Clapper? Yeah, the trio was really good. I enjoyed it. But yeah, the next songs are really good too. I was like, wow, Mori Calliope, hello! Sencho, my beloved! I love Sencho! She's so sexy! And cute. She's sexy and cute. It's amazing. Yeah, because I was trying to remember if the One Piece song was first or not. Yeah, it was very fitting. I was like, and I'm a massive One Piece fan. I don't know if you can tell because my eyelashes, they're actually designed after Luffy's scar. So that's how much of a One Piece fan I am. So I was like, wow, One Piece, wow! Oh, it was really funny when they ended, after the, what's that mean? What's it supposed to mean? Is it weird that I have Luffy's scar as my eyelashes? I mean, I designed my own model, I can do whatever I want with it. Which is why I can do this, for example. Voice. I'm bold. So yeah, I really loved the One Piece, duet. It was amazing. I was like, bouncing up and down basically for the entirety of it. I was like, I want to see Sencho! I want to see my Japanese Oshi! So yeah, it's very hype. I'm glad. I was like, sheesh, what's that meant to mean? Sorry, I'm bad with tone sometimes. I'm a very literal person, if you want to make a note of that. So yeah. Ollie. Oh my god, Ollie swept. Oh my god. I really, really enjoyed Jolly Jolly. I was listening to it after the concert and I was like, this is so much better in person. Oh my goodness. Ollie was just so cute. She was like, hello, very, very perky, very cheery. I think she was like the only international guest who was like interacting with the crowd in that respect. And I really liked that. I was like, this is really charming. I enjoyed it. Yeah, I'm glad. Thank you for keeping note of that. So I was like singing along. I was like, jolly, 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 crazy, crazy, crazy. And I was like obviously I couldn't sing all of it because my voice. So I was like trying to do my best. And then that was the last song before the sneak peek preview ended. And when Bay and Callie came back out on stage and they're like, oh, we got some sad news. I was like, oh no, is Raina okay? Because she's the only person we haven't seen yet. I was very surprised she didn't participate in the sneak peek, but she's the epitome of a queen is never late. Everyone else is super early. And that was the vibe I got from her, and I was like, you know what, Queen, do your best. Yeah, she was DLC. It made me feel bad for anyone like streaming in at home. Like, oh, I hope they were probably disappointed that Raina mightn't have appeared. So yeah, she was DLC. What else? So, the comedy routine between Bay and Callie was adorable. Maybe this is just my inner thespian being mean, but it felt very rehearsed. I could like tell that they'd workshopped this, and I was like, I'm glad they did. But obviously, Callie's mic like not working. That was 100% scuff. The Ian scuff is real. Or is that Nichi Sanji's meme? I can't remember. But yeah, I felt Callie was literally speechless. It was very cute, and especially when she kept mispronouncing Melbourne. But she's so right though. Melbourne has delicious chicken. Like, anytime I've had chicken, Melbourne, I've been like, wow, this is like the juiciest chicken I've ever had in my life. And I live near a chicken farm. It's really good and fresh and juicy. I love it. So yeah, that was adorable. Bay shouting out like all the tourist stuff. It's like, I can. This is also just me being a tourist enthusiast. I can tell that you've encouraged by like the marketing person from Melbourne Tourism right now. So that's why you're shouting out all the galleries and things you can do in experience in Melbourne. It's like, nice. That's my boss's job. As the secret therapist in this place I work. So yeah, I really liked that. It was a little bit, straight man, funny man. I liked it. Yeah, her little dance when trying to find the mic was very cute. Oh, speaking of dancing, I really, really, really loved Ollie, Strange Ollie. I was like, I'm gonna remember how to do that. Because it was really good, like, in kayfabe and everything, like, it really gave the impression that she's a zombie. I was like, wow, she's really good at this. She's making the inner thespian right now, inner drama student go, ding. So I really liked that. Like, it also felt a little thriller, too, without being thriller. So yeah, shout out to Jolie's choreography. And yeah, Bay's freestyle dancing during her song. Would never have guessed that wasn't choreographed. Like, wow, I was genuinely blown away, because dancing's not my strong suit. Anyone who's tried to teach me to dance, I wouldn't say they've lost a hand. They've came close, and not even me trying to bite it off. It was like, I want to slap you so hard, my hand will fall off. It's like, okay, I will try and do better now. And then I won't. But I'll do my best to. So yeah, bass freestyle, very impressive. And I really loved that song. It was like, it really had a lot of emotion behind it. Like, the whole night I was like, sweetie, you were doing so good right now. I'm so happy for you. Like, I'm one of those people who's, I used to be really embarrassed about being Australian. Like, in the grand scheme of things, it's like, wow, Australians are like, not very exciting if you think about it. We're all stereotyped as chill, laid-back surfer people. It's like, that's not true. So I feel like it's really important to foster homegrown Aussie talent. And that's a value I've really come to instill in myself the past couple of years. So seeing Bay flourish and being part of something as cool and international as hololive, and then getting the opportunity to do something like this on home soil, I was just really proud for her. And when this was later in the concert, but when she started crying, I wanted to cry with her. I was like, sweetie, you're doing amazing, I promise. Oh my god, Yoshi, I've literally done my nails just for you. So yeah, her song was very emotional, and I really liked it. Stream the Psycho album, I guess. Like, promotion for Hack or Spells right now, right here, right now. What else? I'm fairly certain the Marine solo, it slayed. Anytime I saw Sencho's head dream through the shoulders of the people in front of me, again, I was like, extra energy, I love her, love her music. So yeah, I was really happy about that. And I'm just gonna straight up, I need to get my notes out. Yeah, I took notes because I put it on Instagram. I was a good noodle, by the way. I did not commit any piracy, even though I am a member of Sencho's crew, clearly. Let me just get my Instagram up real quick. Oh, someone was messaging me and I didn't realize. Oops, the daisies. I'll reply to them soon. Let's see. What was next? Yeah, begging about. Oh, the calls and responses. I totally forgot about that. 32. Yo, what's good, y'all? Yeah, the hololive concert was really good. That's what's going on. That's where I'm up to, and I'm just like, I need to refresh my notes I took. The Raina solo. She and Tom were the only ones I hadn't explored the discography and stuff with beforehand. I was like, I want some surprises, you know. And man, Pavolia, she's so pretty. Anytime I saw her on screen, I was like, wow, she's gorgeous. She's so elegant. She's like a queen. It's amazing. She really embodies like the peacocks. Like, I've seen peacocks in real life, and they won't say they're like Raina in real life, obviously, but they do have like a self-importance about them. But Raina is self-important. It doesn't come across as arrogant. It's like she just has really high esteem for herself, and I really admire that. Like, that was the impression I got from her as someone who is not really, like, I don't really know a lot about the overseas branches, especially of hololive, so That's how I felt about Rainer. I was like, wow, breath literally taken. I need to have a drink of water. So yeah, and the calls and responses, they're really good. Do you play games? I do. I play a lot of Yu-Gi-Oh! I really, really, really like Yu-Gi-Oh! I don't know if you can see him, but here's my Yu-Gi-Oh! Guy. She has an elegant design, but she's really derpy, which is adorable. Yeah, I was actually reading. I mean, I didn't do a lot of research into all of the talents, but I read their profiles on the hololive.com website with some old ladies. Which, by the way, you should absolutely introduce the old ladies in your life to hololive because their opinions on hololive are really adorable. And they all were like, wow, Rita's really pretty. And I was like reading up about her and I'm like, oh, she's also kind of dorky because she has this ongoing joke where she calls herself a turkey even though she's a really pretty peacock. And I was like, wow, that's really funny. I don't know that game, unfortunately. I'm trying to do my best to stay on topic because I have the ability to go on tangents and then tangents inside those tangents. So, and that's where I have like my notes. But hell, I was not expecting Rain and told her to sing High Tide. Oh my goodness, yes, that song. I loved that song. High Tide. It was really, really pretty. I was like, my heart stopped through the beautiful lyrics. I was like, wow, this is gorgeous. They're doing so amazing. I was like, I can't believe I totally forgot about that. But yeah, that was an absolute slay. Thank you for reminding me. Okay, what's next on my list? I've got Everybody Clap Your Hands. That was a hard song. Like, it's Muna's song, which was even more surprising. Yeah. I mean, Rain and Moon are in the same unit. Or at the very least, they're both Indonesian, so... Yeah, it was a beautiful song, and I think it's safe to say they did Muna justice. And going back to Everybody Clap Your Hands, that one was a hard one to do. Like, I've got one hand on my tote bag because even if there was a cloakroom, I was kind of like, I don't want to accidentally forget anything, so I'll just have to hold on to everything the whole time. So I had one hand on tote bag, and then I've got like the pen light happening like in the other arm. I was like, how am I meant to clap my hands? So I really struggled during that song, which sucks because it was a really hype song. It was like, wow, the atmosphere right now, it's palpable, it's electric, I love it. I missed really good, fun live music where everyone is passionate about everything all the time. Wow. It was really good. Good for the soul. Not so good for my voice, though, as you can kind of tell. What else? Okay, this is all from the beginning. I turned this the wrong way. The other note that I have is costume change, the idol outfits. Oh my god. Actually, no, before we get was it during this or during Marine's solo? At some point, her eyes did like the thing, you know? I was like, wow. So sophisticated. They must have really rehearsed that. I was like really impressed when her eyes turned the hearts. I was like, wow. They did a really good job with the rehearsing and timing of that. It was amazing. I was very impressed. So yeah, I really liked that. I can't remember if that was during her solo or during the final act. I was like, where they had the costume change, I lost my mind. I was like, wow, the idol outfits! I'm like, squeak, so cute, so good, so pretty. They all look so amazing. I loved it. I was so hype. But it was also, even when I was with all the girls were on stage, it's when I absolutely saw the least of them because everyone was like, just jamming their hearts out to the song. I was like, wow, I feel bad I don't know it. I'm a fake fan. So yeah, that was peak. I feel like it's safe to say that was peak. And it's there, I was like, wow, what do you mean it's already over? No, my feet couldn't even hurt yet. I was very surprised. It was the first time I've ever left a concert where I was like, my feet don't hurt right now, and I still want so much more from the singers. So I was part of the crowd chanting, encore, encore, encore. And for a second I was like, throwing back to when I went to a Fleetwood Mac tribute concert. And I remember that and as a Tumblr post, it's like, encores at concerts are like peekaboo for adults. I was like, surely they're going to do it. Like, I had to have been expecting this, sure. And B hasn't even sung Play Dice yet. This would be perfect. We were absolutely robbed of an encore. I'm glad that's not an unpopular opinion. I'm glad. Because I thought they'd sing Play Dice, because, it's based on this is her home soil. I just thought that would happen. But no, so when lights started turning on, I was like, I just realized something. I missed something. The confetti. So during the Idol song, like the Idol costumes, the confetti rained down, and I was like, oh, this is really embarrassing. Not really. I'm proud I was doing this because if I'd been alive in 1998 if I was alive in 2001 and was at the shiny smiley story, yeah. Because I really wanted the confetti in case it was special, like the best, and that, like, because I'm a massive AC/DC fan, so I was like, what if it's just like Money Talks, his first debut, it's like, and the money's coming down. I was like, it was just normal confetti, but I was still like, I'm making a scrapbook, so I was like, I want some confetti for my scrapbook. And this is like the guy, Brent, that's sitting next to me, was like, it's just normal confetti, you know about it, right? And I was like, it's on my scrapbook. So I'm like picking it up off the floor and trying to catch it in the air. And they're not like the ribbons you get at JP Live. I didn't know they did that. Because I was like, it's normal confetti to you. It's precious memories to me. Because I did not get out much. I'm sure it will come to the surprise of no one, but I did not get out much. So I was like, I want this in my scrapbook. And I was like putting it in with my scrapbook, and I'm like, yay, I have 3. So now I can make the Cover Corp logo. And he was like, oh, I didn't think of that. So I was like, yeah, I'm thinking ahead. And he was like, you are. So then we started chatting, and that's when I realized this serious fanboy next to me, he's actually really cool and sweet. So I'm like, yeah, I'm going to keep chatting to him. And we did. We talked a little bit whilst, people were coming out. So in JP Live, they have ribbons at the talent's signature launch in the end. Oh, that's cool. I want one of those. They should have done this. I can see why they didn't. Like, this was very much the test run, which is I think this is why we didn't get an encore personally. I was thinking about it, and I'm like, there's probably like technological restraints, there's probably like idol contracts we don't know about, just expectations and stuff like that. Like, the management probably has their like teeth in. I was like, there's probably like a billion reasons we didn't get the encore. But I was still like, wow, I want more. So I literally watched a sneak peek when I got back to the hotel. I was like, wow, I'm in this crowd somewhere. I was like, literally texting my mom. I was like, giving her the play-by-play. I was like, Mom, you watch this video. I'm in here somewhere. And I don't think she watched it. And I'm like, in hindsight, I was watching it. I was like, she probably saw Callie smell my feet and said, okay, that's the internet for one day. Which would make sense. Because, my mom's a normie. And she doesn't like music in general either. Like, she's not really a sit down and listen to music type of person. She listen to a bit odds of radio, but other than that, she's like, I don't really have a favourite band. Although she did have Beatlemania when she was a teenager. But everyone had Beatlemania, so it's fine. Speaking of, that's actually really funny, because, the old ladies I was talking about earlier when I was, looking at the hololive profiles, because I was with some old ladies at my secret favorite business, and I was, showing them different singers from hololive. I was like, yeah, these are the girls I'm going to see. Their favourite was Ollie, by the way, so I can't wait to get home and tell them, oh, Ollie was amazing, she was adorable, oh, you have to listen to her sing now. So yeah, that was really exciting. What else? So yeah, I get back and I'm like, I make this really good night better? Even better than it already has been? Froyo. So I got some Froyo, because there's some Froyo kind of near at the hotel booking, so I was like, I'll go buy some Froyo. And it was a really good Froyo. Raj, hello, how's it going? I hope you're having a super stoked Sunday, or if you're in a time zone behind me, a super stoked Saturday. So yeah, I had some Froyo. It was really delicious. Because the last time I had Froyo was in Sydney, and I'm kind of dumb. I don't know if you guys have noticed this, and this is a recurring theme with me. I'm very dumb. Your AI. My stupidity is all natural. So yeah. So I got some froyo, and the last time I had froyo was in Sydney, and I was like, this is the worst tasting froyo I've ever had. It's so sour. And it was so expensive too, because I'm one of those people who goes to like each station and gets like a little bit of this and a little bit of that. So I was in a hell of my own making. So I can't really blame the store. It's all my fault that my froyo did not taste nice. But this froyo was really nice because they only had like vanilla with like some random toppings. I was like, I'll just go for a chocolate thing. But here's the thing, I got some caramel topping. It didn't really taste like caramel, and it was very runny too. I think it was actually passion fruit sauce, which is fine. I like passion fruit. And part of me was like, should I let them know that they mislabeled these things? Because what if someone's allergic to passion fruit? Like me, they pick it up and like, yeah, I'm caramel, and they put some on and then have like an allergic reaction. I hope it doesn't happen. I'd be very worried otherwise. But other than that, it was really delicious. Okay, and it didn't cost me too much either. Like, the froyo I had in Sydney was like $12, but this one was only $8, so that's good. And it was really delicious. I had like nuts, and they had this Milo cereal. I haven't had Milo cereal in years. I was like, yes, this is so delicious. And M&M's, they were nice too. So yeah, I had a good time eating my froyo, walking back to the hotel, and then even though I was still like, wow, the concert was a lot shorter than I thought it would be. I was like still very energized. I was like full of beans. So I literally, even though I was like, I want to go to bed early since I'm not streaming tonight, because I thought the concert was going to be longer. I thought I'd be dead tired. Alright, I'm going to head to bed. It's for an early flight tomorrow. Good luck. It's nice meeting you, Mary. Catch you next time. Yeah, catch you next time. Bye-bye. See you some other time. So yeah, and then I'm like eating so I'm eating my froyo and I'm playing Fire Emblem Heroes on the phone. I was like, I want to go to bed soon. I still need to do all my like Duolingo and Busu, because I'm also using Busu lately. And I'm like, so I'm just like, I'll just do the quickest Fire Emblem Heroes dailies. And I'm like, oh, there's a free spin. And it's got Rihanna Ophelia on it. Wow. And I was like, knowing my luck, I'll get no red orbs. And it's like, exactly one. I'm like, no, it can't be. But it was, and I'm just so happy. I got a free Ophelia. She is my daughter. I adore her. I adore Odin, so that made me really happy. And then, even though I was tired after that, I just couldn't sleep. I was so excited. I was like, wow. And I was doing a lot of thinking. I was like, here's the thing, hololive girls have X Factor. And I was thinking about whether or not I have X Factor. And I was like, I don't think I have X Factor. And that made me a little sad, but I was like, because I was like really energized for the concert. I was like, wow, I want to do that. And then like, halfway there, I'm already a VTuber. And I'm Seiso. And everyone knows good idols are Seiso. Ignore Sencho for a second. With so horny on me. It's admirable. And I was like, wow, I want to be an idol. And I was like, but I'm really bad at singing and dancing. So how can I be an idol? And I realized something. I can just lie. It doesn't have to be real or truthful. I can just say I'm an idol. So ta-da, I'm now an idol, I've decided. Yeah, everyone bow down to your princess of Toyland. I'm a pure Seiso idol who is super good at dancing and super good at singing. That's not true, but I can say it. It's not illegal for me to lie. Yeah. Let's see that. But yeah, eventually I managed to get to bed. It was like midnight, and I mentioned this later. I mentioned this to Kaze earlier. I was like, bed before midnight, gang! But I'll be honest, last night I was very naughty. I didn't go to sleep until 12:30. And honestly, I think I'll sleep well tonight. Because, oh my god, I'm so knackered. I've had a big day today. So that was just, we've been streaming for an hour and a half. I need some more water. I'll be back in a second. I have more water. I've also written a lozenge, so fingers crossed that helps. So yeah, that brings us to Sunday. Today was exhausting. Since I realized that doors open at 11, I was like, wow, I'll do some... 1 minute. Can I talk now? I can. So I was knackered today. I made some bad decisions because here's the thing. I joked about it on Thursday night and I played Absurd Trolley Problems. I was like, Dreamhack, public transport is so scary because people are always getting tied to the railway tracks and upsy daisies. But here's the thing. I'm actually genuinely terrified of public transport. Not because of other people, but because I know what I'm like. And I struggle to read directions, and bus maps make no sense to me. My voice is going to kill me tomorrow, like, there is no doubt about it. So, my voice is really giving out all of a sudden. I guess the salty food and hot water has, effects of runoff. Which sucks, I haven't even gotten to Sunday yet. So I guess I'll just talk. I wanted to talk about my public transport woes, but how exhausted I am. So what? Because I went to a bar today before Dreamhack, I was like, I've already spent so much money at the Hottest Alley, and I don't know what else I do except for play Magic the Gathering. So I think I'll just come at like 2 o'clock, and then like play some Magic the Gathering, and then go to the VTuber meetup, and then probably go home. And yeah, I did not get to Dreamhack until 3 p.m. because I went to a bar, and the bar was a half an hour's walk away from where I started from, which is fine because I explored like the Fitzroy Gardens and the Treasury Gardens. They were really lovely, by the way. I recommend them. The conservatory is my favorite. And I get to the bar because my friend who lives in Melbourne recommended that I go to this bar because it's not really something I do normally, but they had a really good mocktail menu, so I was like, wow, I have to go. This is the only bar I've seen online that has a mocktail menu with more than 2 mocktails. I need to try them. And I did. They're okay. But the venue itself was really lovely. There was like, you get to sit on a balcony and like see all over the city, and the food, it was really good. The food was super good. I ate oysters and I ate prawns, and they were really fresh and crunchy, and the oysters weren't slimy at all. So that's the way, because most people who don't like oysters, they're like, ew, they're so slimy, but these ones weren't. And they also came with chili, and I really love chili, so I was like, wow, these are really hot and spicy, just like how I love it. But getting back from this bar was kind of a struggle. I was like, I'll get a tram back. No. I'll get a bus. No. I'll get an Uber. No. All of these failed in one way, shape, or another. It was very frustrating. Hello, Mala. I'm sorry, I don't know how to pronounce your username. I'm really sorry. But thank you for the follow. I really appreciate it. It's very sweet of you. Mahalagaka. I'm sorry. But yeah, the bar was called Naked for Satan, by the way. If you're in Melbourne, I recommend it. It has a really nice vibe, and the food's delicious. I'm glad it's okay. I'm glad. Let's see. And I'm like on the verge of tears, to be honest, because I was hot and frustrated. It means you're important. Oh, it's adorable. I love that. And so I had a really long walk ahead of me because I walked for 30 minutes because I just did not trust public transport to get me there. Which sucks. It's like I gave it a red hot crack. I was like, I can't find the bus stop. I can't find the trams. I was getting a bit frustrated, so I was like, I'll just walk there. And I'm glad I did. Because I guess I saved money. And I hatched some Pokemon eggs, and presumably I burned some calories, which is also really good. Oh, I did so much shopping today as well because I was walking. I was like, wow, I've spent $100 here and $100 there. There's some really cute boutique type shops here, so I bought all these accessories and I bought dresses. Like, I bought 2 really pretty dresses. And some fishnet tights because I wanted a new pair of those. So yeah, I'm glad I did, even though I was like hot and sweaty and frustrated and on the verge of tears because I'm really bad at interpreting how public transport works and it just gets worse. So eventually I get back to the hotel and I'm like, okay, yesterday I walked for like what felt like an hour just to get to the Dreamhack, so this time I'm going to take a tram. So I get on my phone and it's like, wow, the tram's just about to leave. I can go take it and it'll take me straight to the arena. It's great. So I step on and the guy who works there, he's like, get off. This train is not in service. I'm like, bro, if you're not in service, why the fuck would you park here? At the time that the train is meant to come in and take me to next tram stops. I was very frustrated. So I was like, fuck it. I'm just gonna walk, and I did. But this time, I realized something. I could just walk as the crow flies. Fuck Google Maps, I'm just gonna go my own way. And I did. Occasionally I'd stop and talk to people and I'd be like, hey, am I going the right way to Rod Laver Arena? And the very kind security guards would be like, yeah, you are, just keep going that way. And I'm like, hell yeah, thank you, mate, I appreciate it. You're doing a good job, and I'm glad I did because there's like a football match or something on today. I have no idea. But there are all these people here, and there are also food trucks. So I bought an ice cream. Nothing makes me happy like an ice cream. So I was like, looking at it, I was like, okay, I feel like I'm a big baby right now, but I feel better because I'm like occupied and I'm on my way, and I'm trotting along in my brand new boots I showed you guys on Friday. I'm trotting, I'm getting there. And I managed to shave 20 minutes off my time from yesterday. So I'm like, yay, this is really good. This is how I should have done it yesterday. I should have just gone as the crow flies. Because I was like, surely if Google won't let me, it must be like, dead ends, or you can't go here because it's private property or something. It wasn't like that at all, so that's nice. But it did feel very funny, but I was the only person walking away, whereas everyone else was walking too. And I really enjoyed my ice cream, but just a quick question. Dear person who served me the ice cream, why did you serve it to me in a tissue instead of a serviette? Because I probably ate some tissue today, and I don't appreciate that. But hey, it's probably more fiber for my guts, so whatever. But eventually I get to Dreamhack, even though it's a little bit later than I thought I'd get here. And I'm like, wow, here I am. I'm seeing cosplays, and they're really cool. I don't recognize any of them, but I think they're popular characters from anime I have not watched. I'm so behind on modern anime search. And what else? So I go, and I'm like, I don't know what to do with myself, so I'm like, I've got half an hour until the VTuber meetup, which is not where I thought I'd be, but so I went and played some more Magic the Gathering. Mostly because it's the only thing I knew that'd be like. Because it's like, you go to the board game stand, it's like, you need to have friends with you already. So, but if you go to the Magic the Gathering stand, you can just be like, hey, I want to play Magic. Want to teach me? And they're like, yeah, we can teach you right now, right here. And it's like, fantastic. So I did that for 20 minutes, and I feel bad I don't know, like, her Twitch username, but this time I got Ruby as a teacher, and she had the Creators VIP lanyard around her neck. I imagine that means she's a Twitch streamer. Shout out to Ruby, she was really nice. She let me play the green deck this time. Yes, I was playing black. I was like, can I please play green? Because I'm a Yu-Gi-Oh player and I play plant deck, so I feel like, plants are calling to me. And I'm glad I did, because I had all these forests around me, and I was like, When did you guys stop hearing me? Because I feel like it was a while ago. So I'll just rehash my public transport woes, I guess. So, to make a long story short, I got roused on when I entered the tram to try and get to the arena the quick way, because the night before I remembered when I got an Uber back to the hotel and back to where like the photo stand was, I was like, there's a tram line to this arena. I'm gonna use this next time I'm here. So I walk up to the tram, and this guy who works there, he rouses on me. He's like, "You're not meant to be on the industry, it's out of service." And I'm like, "Then why are you here?" At the time that my phone said a tram would be here that would let me go to the place I wanted to go. And yeah, I get to the Dreamhack at like 3:30, and I'm like, oh, this is such an awkward time because the VTuber meetup's at 4, and I wanted to play more Magic the Gathering before, and I did. So I went to the Magic the Gathering stand. It was really good because it's nice and easy there. You don't need a friend to be there, whereas with all the other board games, it's like, yeah, you need to have someone, a +1 with you at the very least. Hey, Will, how's it going? And thank you for the hydrate and stretch, Cash. I really appreciate it. For water sips, some stretchies done. Yeah, I played just a tiny bit more Magic the Gathering before the VTuber meetup. There was this really nice Magic the Gathering teacher there. Her name was Ruby. I think she's like a Twitch streamer maybe, and I feel bad I don't know her Twitch username. Otherwise I'd shout her out because she was really friendly and nice, and she let me play the green deck, because yesterday, the other teacher, he gave me the black deck, and I was like, oh, black, there's all these skulls and crossbones everywhere, that's not really my vibe. Whereas with the black deck, with the green deck, I was like, wow, yeah, I'm much more in my element. Yeah, I feel fully at home right now, because I've got all these trees in front of me. So she was really lovely, and I just straight up told her, I only have 20 minutes because I want to go to the VTuber meetup in a bit. She was lovely, so shout out to Ruby. Yeah, Melbourne's treating me pretty good, except public transport-wise. Public transport, my beloved. Because I got roused on, and other stuff, like, everything is late. And my autistic brain does not like that. It does not like that whatsoever. Like, when the bus was late, I was freaking out. I was like, I need to go. I wanted to be at Dreamhack like an hour ago, but I'm here in a completely different suburb. And it's all Melbourne to me, so I don't know what it means if something's in the city or not. It's like, this is all the city to me. It's very confusing. I don't like that. But yeah, the VTuber meetup, it's like 4 o'clock now, and I'm like, oh, I'm so nervous. I hope they like me, because I'm really worried I'll be awkward and stuff, because, you know, my voice is gone. And I'm really worried about that. And I'm like, no, I tried up, and I'm like, is this the meetup? It's like, because I'm standing in like a foyer, and there's like a sign that says community meetup, but there's no like actual schedule for like the meetups. It's like, oh my god, what if it was cancelled and I didn't know because I wasn't here sooner? I was a bit worried, and you know, eventually I managed to say hi to someone, and someone says hi to me, and I've got my Yu-Gi-Oh! Themed eater bag with me, and Sky comes up and he's like, oh, did you get those here? Because they're really cool, I want one too. And I'm like, oh, I'm really sorry, but I bought these badges months ago online from Japan. And he's like, oh, that's a shame, but now I'm really jealous because it's a really cool bag. I'm like, thank you, I really appreciate it. And this is the first time anyone's complimented me on my eater bag the whole weekend. And I'm wondering about why that is, because I had my Maho Shoujo pins yesterday, but maybe because there wasn't like a cohesive theme, people didn't realize what they wanted. I don't know. But he was really nice, and I was like, nice bumping into you. I'm sorry I couldn't help you find these pins, because I bought them online. And we also talked about how Link Kuruma was unfairly banned. He died to Snake Eyes' sins, which is so unfair. So unfair. Well, so I go to the meetup, and I need to mention this, and I feel really bad, but Beef Channel, I was really worried about you at first because I was eavesdropping again, I'm sorry. And I heard you talking about homemade cosplays, and you were like, some homemade cosplayers have the biggest chip on their shoulder. They have the biggest egos. And I'm like, because they made their own stuff. And I'm like, oh no, I'm just like that. I don't cosplay, but I'm a VTuber, and I'm here for the VTuber meetup. she's also probably here for the VTuber meetup. And I was like, oh no, I hope we get along okay, because what if she thinks I'm like that, where I have a massive ego because, you know, I did my own drawing, I did my own rigging and all that stuff. And, you know, I'm really proud of it. And I'm like, I need to have an ego or have nothing else. So I was a bit worried about that, but soon enough, Beach Child would introduce herself, and she's actually really friendly and nice. And I was like, oh, thank goodness she's lovely. Here's the cool part. I actually had seen her before on Instagram, Twitter, or somewhere. I was like, wow. I feel awestruck right now. I'm like, I'm talking to a really big creator. Well, you know, big to me anyway. I was like, wow. Same for Moonish VT. I was like, wow, I've seen her on Twitter or somewhere. I was like, wow, you're a big name, you're a big creator. As far as I'm concerned, I'm just a teeny tiny ferret who just does this for a laugh. I was very worried, but they're all very lovely. Everyone was at the meetup. It was really nice. I'm glad. Like, and we did the thing. Yeah, we did the thing where all the VTubers got like the picture of themselves up on their phones. We all got in a circle, and and someone got up on it, and like someone who was not a VTuber, thank God he was there. He got up on the stool and he took a photo of us from above, and then there was this absolutely manic moment where we were like, okay, we need to race to get this photo off Twitter on all of our phones, like cropped and then re-uploaded to Twitter. It was really funny because the guy was like, okay, raise your hands if you've already downloaded the photo. Literally everyone's hand goes up and he's like, in 1 second, how the fuck have you people done this? It's like, because we're VTubers, we're chronically online. It was very funny. It was very funny. And then we all started chatting. Well, most people started chatting anyway. I was struggling because, you know, I had no voice. And I was wearing my surgical mask because I was like, I don't want anyone to think I'm contagious. But everyone was really nice. It's like, I want to shout you all out, to be honest. I'm like, if you follow me on Twitter, please go to my, like, recent follows and, like, follow everyone. There's, like, so you know what, I'm going to do that for you. I'm not going to, like, shout you all out on Twitter, on Twitch, but I'll shout you all out because you guys were lovely, and it's nice to meet fellow homegrown talent. Because I mentioned before, like, when I was talking about Bay, it's very important to be homegrown talent. So, shout out to Astorius VT, he's like a minotaur, he's very cool. Zelius has a very enigmatic vibe. I was like, wow, you're how I imagine like Niji Sanji VTubers, to be honest. You have the full get up and you're like super secretive. It was very intimidating, but very cool. I liked your vibe. And Jajun, I think Jajun, very cool, very friendly, had like tips, he was very funny, very cool. Ilya, she was lovely. She seems very sweet, and I really admire that she's a speedrunner. I'm like, wow, I take 10,000 years to finish a game, and you can speedrun. That's amazing. I'm sorry I didn't say that to you in person, but I was very, very impressed. Snowda Sneb, and another VTuber that I'm certain I've seen on Twitter or somewhere beforehand. I was like, wow, this is really awestruck. And Sneb was very nice. They were handing out stickers of themselves. I was like, wow, I'm going to put this in my scrapbook. Thank you very much. So, and Sneb has a very cute design. I mean, they're all really cute. Like, Ilya's a cat girl. I love cat girls. And then we had Kendrick Kaze, of course, who was here earlier. I don't really know how to describe his design. I guess it's very elegant. I think it's a really, very Bishonen. I like it a lot. If you scroll up on like the chat, you might see his emotes. You can get a vibe for his elegance. And Moonish, oh my goodness, Moonish, she's so pretty. She's very cute and lovely as well. I was like, wow, you have the X Factor I've been thinking about recently. And Beef Chan, also the X Factor. Very lovely, very friendly, very funny. We bonded over our love of Doc Martens, so shout out to Beef Chan for real. And then Amy, Miska, she was another of the VIPs, and I was like, wow, the VIP is talking to me. I was very awestruck, very surprised. I was like, wow, a famous person kind of talking to me. Now there's a photo of us together. Wow. Yeah. You guys, actually, I'm gonna share the link to the. I should be allowed to share the link anyway. It's very. It was very, I felt very awkward the whole time. I was like, I'm just a little country girl. What am I doing here in the big city? With all these fancy people around me, but I think it was Astorius, who's also from the country. So I was like, oh, thank goodness, someone relatable to me. Because one of my likes. There we go. I'll share beef chats. You guys should all see this picture. Well, Melbourne's are anything but fancy. Well, one of them was from Brisbane. I feel bad. I don't want to describe him to you, but he was from Brisbane. Well, the Gold Coast. He just said he was from Brisbane because, people know Brisbane. And I think, if I look at the photo, I should be able to realize who it was. Yeah, actually, I have no idea who it was from the photo. I feel terrible. I'm sorry, I met all these people at once. I was like, wow, I can't keep track of this. I imagine it's the same way. Like, I feel like everyone's probably like, okay, who was that person again? It was like really funny. All of our followers were like just spiking as we were just sharing our phones amongst each other. We were like, okay, I'll follow you on Twitter, I'll follow you on Twitch, follow you on Twitter. It's like, wow, there's a lot happening right now. We're all networking. Just a lot easier than I thought it would be. And so thank you for everyone at the VTuber meetup. They're all very lovely. I really appreciated meeting you all. I enjoyed the conversation. I'm sorry I didn't speak too much, but when you guys, when I showed you guys my design, and you all went, "Oh, that's adorable." I was like, "Yeah, thank you." I was like, I was literally just IRL. I will show you. Eating, like this is how I felt. I was like cleaning emoji and then pointing emojis. That's how I felt as I was holding my phone with my VTuber model on it. I was like. Because I'll be honest, and I really wanted to do the circle thing. So I was like, okay, done the circle thing. That's one thing ticked off. Yippee! So yeah, I mostly it's just in conversations. It's like I don't want to talk too much in case people don't want people to have that on their screens. It's like, but just know everyone was really lovely. And if you can go follow everyone, I'd recommend it because they all seem like amazing content, video makers and video game players. And it's like, wow, you have speedrunners and Valorant players and Stardew Valley enthusiasts. Very exciting. And then there was me who was like, I can't talk, but I'll just hold up. I was really embarrassed. Really, Hazukashi. And then someone was like, so what do you stream? I'll just hold up my bag. It's like, you just have to guess. So people guess like, oh, Bakugan. I was like, not quite. Or Beyblade. Or yeah, love Beyblade. I was like, I want to join into the conversation that people are talking at me so bad. Because like, I love Bakugan. I love Digimon. I love Beyblade. But I can't talk right now. It's very painful. Well, it's not painful. It's just inconvenient. So yeah, it was a really good time. Thank you to Dreamhack for organizing it. Thank you to the VTubers for being there. Can't have the meetup, the VTubers. Yeah, Beyblade is very fun. If you like Beyblade, Beef Chan also likes Beyblade. She told a very funny story about how when she was a kid, she played Beyblade a lot. I can feel my voice going again, which is fine because now we're basically up to date. I just want to shout out, I just want to share my last of my public transport woes. Oh my god, my Google Maps just stopped recognizing the tram system. I swear to fucking god. I was like, I know there is a tram stop around here. I just kept getting lost. I was like walking around in circles until eventually I was like, oh, the tram, that must mean there's a stop somewhere. And I find it eventually. And I get on, I'm like, oh, thank god. Feels good to just sit down for a minute. I'll get back to the hotel in like 10 minutes. Great. And I'm going. I'm following on my phone. I'm like, okay, we're going good. Oh, we're going to Rod Laver Arena? Where the fuck was I then? I was like, why did I get on the stop line? I was very confused, and then I was like following it on my phone, and sorry, I needed to drink some water. I was like following the tram on my phone. I was like, okay, we're going the right direction. Why aren't we going the right direction anymore? I was like, oh no, I need to get off. So I managed to, but I was a bit, this is just me being a dumb tourist, but I like tried to get off on the wrong side. It's like, I'm pressing a button, but why isn't it working? Because, you know, behind me, at the other door, is like all these other people. I was like, let's disperse the crowd a bit, you know? No, that's not how it works, Mary. It's like, oh, oops the daisies. So I get back on, and I was like, okay, I'll see where I am from here, because I can tell that on Google Maps my hotel is just a straight line from here. It's right, I'm like, oh, it's only another 20-minute walk, that's fine, I'm fine with that. But then just as I about to commit to my 20-minute walk, you guys wouldn't believe, but the tram was coming and it was going the way I was going. I was like, oh, I'm so lucky. I'm very lucky right now. But the problem is, because I was at the pedestrian crosswalk and I thought that the coast was clear, yeah, I probably almost died tonight. It's fine. It's fine. But I was like, tram, and they almost ran me over. I can take it. So I quickly get the tram. So I like power walk, but it was not quick enough. And oh no, the doors just slammed in front of me, and I legit make eye contact with the driver, who gives me the dirtiest look. I was like, is this because I almost killed myself in front of you? I didn't mean to, but it felt personal, you know. I was like, it was the same in Japan, hopelessly lost. I feel you. But I feel like Japan's weirdly easier to navigate because at the very least there are public toilets occasionally, which is also very grounding. It's like you take a dump and it's like, okay, I feel better. I feel grounded again. Well, that kind of, this is TMI, but I was fighting for my life at some point today in the restrooms, and the Lavender Town music started playing. It was very funny. I was like, oh my god, I'm in the boss fight right now. But yeah, but here's the funny thing about my tram story. The tram bolts off, and I'm like, oh, I missed it. And I turned my head, and I think these two people were tourists, and they saw me. I was like, visibly dejected in my mask, punched over. I was like, I'm so sad right now. And they're like, oh, that was so quick. They were like they just hopped off the tram, and the tram was already gone. And they're like, wow, I'm so sorry for you. And I was like, it's fine. I'll just keep walking. And then I do, and I keep walking some more. So yeah, I did a lot of walking today. I hatched so many eggs today at the very least. I burnt so many calories. Just fine. Because then I ate probably what felt like my weight in goat curry at an Indian restaurant. And that resurrected me for just long enough to do this stream. Except now, past 20 minutes, my voice, I'm losing it again. The Indian food effect has worn off. But by the way, if you're in Melbourne and you need Indian food, please go to Tadka Hut. I'm not sponsored. I just think that the lady who served me there was really intelligent and adaptable to my special needs. Where I'm like, yeah, I have no voice. I legit walked up to her, tried to talk, and nothing came out. I mean, I think I made a squeaky toy noise. She was like, okay, we'll figure this out. And she did. Shout out to her. But she got the surprise of her life when I'm like, okay, I can talk now. I had a samosa to eat. It was really nice too. I enjoyed goat curry a lot because it's something I love, but don't get to eat at all because even though there are a lot of goat farms around, none of the butchers actually sell goat, except on various special occasions. It's very strange. So yeah, I had some goat curry, and I got the medium, and oh my goodness, medium curry. I was like, and she tried to warn me. She was like, "You sure?" She didn't say it, but the waitress, she gave me a look, and she was like, "Are you sure you want the medium?" I was like, "Yes, I want the medium," and it was delicious, but my mouth is still hot from it. I was like, when I could talk again, I was like, "Wow, this is your medium. I'd hate to see what your hot's like." I was like, "Wow, it's really good though. I'm wide awake. I'm ready for a food coma." It was delicious. And the portions were, I would say, they were quite generous for a one-person serving. And I was watching the other people in the restaurant. I was like, you guys are cowards because you guys aren't even having curry. And then there was this really adorable old couple. I was like, wow, they're so cute. I want to be like them when I grow up because they're sharing naan bread. It was really adorable. So yeah, That's the Dreamhack Down Under. That's none. Thank you for coming. I appreciate it. Especially if you were bearing with my voice. Because, by the way, I forgot to mention this at the beginning of my stream, but as of today, I'm doing a follow-up and I was gonna make a night bot command for this, so I could, like, keep track of how my goals are going, but I forgot. So, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 new followers. Oh my goodness, we've unlocked two of my, follow-up goals. So the first one is 1 new follower, Discord movie night. We'll discuss that when I have, like, more of a voice, I guess. I want to watch, like, a rom-com or, like, a comedy. I think that'd be fun and fresh and funky. I was thinking, like, maybe, so, like, worried to talk about it because my voice immediately starts talking about it, classic Mary moment. I was thinking, like, maybe Who Framed Roger Rabbit or, like, Valentine's Day, because I haven't watched 5 of those movies in a long time, but they're good. And the second one was 5 followers, Hearthstone. I'll complete the trifecta of giant card games. I've been wanting to try Hearthstone for a little while, so I'm excited. It's like Highlander Yu-Gi-Oh! From what I heard. And I enjoyed Magic the Gathering, so I feel like it'll be fun to try for just one stream as like a fun, funky first following award. So yeah, tell your friends, Mary Fortune is having a follow-up fun, and there are a bunch of other really cool things I have planned and in store if I get more followers, because I'll be honest, you didn't have to do that, you didn't have to give me subs, but because they did, it's like, now it's like, I want followers, because here's the thing, I'm one of those people who's more impressed by followers and subs. It's like, because to me, if you have like 1 million followers, that's like, wow, you're like famous. But at least in my sphere, it's like, oh, I have less than 200, but all of my mutuals, they're like 200 to 500. It's like, I want to catch up to them. I want to feel like we're on the same level, you know? So yeah, other things to look forward to is a free space for chats ideas. So if there's like a game, like for example, who was the guy who was here earlier? There was a guy who asked if I was AI, I think. He also mentioned that, Ray. Like, Ray mentioned how he plays Madden. So it's like, if I get enough followers and you get like enough to agree, I could do like a Madden night. But I don't know. That's just an example. Also, I thought, I love spending money apparently, and I didn't think this one through, but Slime and Fidget ASMR? Yeah. That feels like me just messing around for a stream, with my hand cam, which could be fun. Guilty Gear Strive, I still need to do that second war stream with you, but we can finally play it, maybe. And then finally, if I get 25 new followers, I'll do a live 2D rig raffle. Even though I have to finish some costumes of my own, I really like having a project, so yeah. Oh, Will, you played Hearthstone? I didn't know that. GG looks awesome. I don't know what that is. Oh, Guilty Gear, of course. Yeah, I really like the music so far. Maybe this is just a Yume brain rot being contagious, but Ironclad Faith, Chef Kiss. That's such a good fucking song. Like, I want to listen to the OST some more on my own time, but I'm like, no. I need to wait until I finish the Yume streams. So it's like, yeah. Shout out to Yume Sekai for infecting me with brain rot. He's really cool. So yeah. This is the longest I've streamed all week, and my voice hurts. So I'm going to say goodnight. Thank you to everyone who came. Thank you for all of the followers. Oh my goodness. Thank you. Also, I feel like the entire time I've been doing like a Rosamund impression. Mostly because like she's got a very breathy voice. So yeah. Thank you guys for coming. I really appreciate it. It's very sweet of you. I'll be on my merry way, and since it's late, and I'm really ready for that food coma. I'm gonna say goodbye, and I'll be on my merry way, and so will you guys. So, bye-bye, have a good night, Will. Thank you for coming, I really appreciate it. So let this, play for a second.